One of the biggest frustrations in fat loss is not knowing what exercises to do. Last thing we want to do is waste months or even a year plus doing the wrong thing and getting absolutely nowhere. In today's video, I'm going to be running through exercises that could be potentially wasting your time. And stick around because I'm also going to run you through my best practice exercises that helped me lose over 70 pounds. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan. I went from 250 to 177, had to turn my gut into a six-pack through trial and error. And I make these videos to give you guys realistic and effective strategies that work so you don't have to waste time doing things that don't. All right, so hopping right into it. If your main goal is fat loss, you're going to have to approach this a little bit differently than a normal workout routine. I say that because, the main filter that I use for deciding what exercise to do is it a compound movement? Is it something that's simple and that I can do consistently? And is it effective, right? So I want it to be a compound movement, a simple compound movement. I want it to be able to do it consistently, and it needs to be effective, okay? By effective, I mean it needs to be able to either maintain or build muscle mass on my body. So when I think of exercises that waste time, I'm thinking of things like an isolation exercise. So if your goal is fat loss, you sitting in front of or standing in front of the mirror doing a bunch of dumbbell curls, yeah, it's an exercise and you might be able to do it consistently, but it doesn't give you the best bang for your buck, okay? If you're gonna stand and do bicep curls, that same energy and all those sets and reps can be utilized doing something like a barbell row. It can be utilized doing something like a pull-up or a different compound movement that could work the back and the biceps at the same time. You're getting more bang for your buck doing like a barbell row where you're engaging your upper back and the bicep as opposed to just standing there doing bicep curls, right? So that's one exercise that would be a potential time waster. I have a few of them on here, and I know these are just my opinion because some of you guys will probably swear by these exercises. But like, for example, I have high intensity interval training, and I have an asterisk for it because if you're the type of person that do it and you can do it consistently, that works. What I mean by high intensity interval training, think of like burpees, or think of like you do a pull-up, 10 pull-ups, you jump down, do 10 push-ups, sprint for 100 meters and come back, like all that goofiness. That's fine. If you can do that consistently, that's fine. But what I found is that most people tell me they used to do it. It's a thing that they used to do. It's not something that they continuously do. It's not something that they made their lifestyle. It's, oh, I was doing that, but then like, what happened then? You were doing it, but what happened? And that's what I mean. It's not a consistent exercise routine or exercise program that they can incorporate in their everyday life, and they can just coast and continue to do it because they used to do it. And then as soon as they stop, the results go away, or they didn't understand the nutrition part and all the other stuff fell apart too. Okay. And just a side tangent, this workout routine and the workout routine I'm gonna run you through that helped me lose 70 pounds is under the guide of you having your nutrition aligned. Because at the end of the day, nutrition makes up 80%. And by nutrition, I mean being in a calorie deficit, getting enough protein, and then the activity portion, which is the stuff we're talking about now, is actually going to matter. Okay. So I have high intensity interval training on there just because of lack of consistency that I see in most people when they do this. Sprints that still fall under high intensity interval training. Sprints are fine too, but again, most people can't do it consistently, and they're not simple enough where people can just wake up and do them every day. I have long distance running. As somebody who served in the military, I ran 5-7 miles, whatever, but at the end of the day, it was not sustainable to adopt into a lifestyle even after the military. Unless you're the type of person you can wake up every day, run 5 miles, or you run 5 miles 3 days a week, you can do it consistently, that's fine. Then you have found a way to make this consistent for you. If you're not that person, then it is a wrong exercise to do, okay? Now, I talked about all the wrong stuff to do, isolation exercises, doing high intensity sprints, long distance running and stuff like that. I'm saying that because there's easier ways. Now I'm gonna get into the correct way to do this, okay? Now, and I'm gonna also run you through the plan that I did. Now, correct exercises for fat loss, and if you do weightlifting, is gonna be compound movements, okay? Movements that work more than one muscle group. So you think of a squat, think of a deadlift, think of a bench press, think of a barbell row, think of a pull-up. You're working more than one muscle group, you're getting more bang for your buck. If you're working more than one muscle group, you're also burning more calories, okay? And I would always finish a compound movement off with a longer walk, a steady state cardio walk, which is an incline walk at 3.1 miles an hour. And I'm gonna break this down step by step now. So if you're new, take notes, whatever, right? So what I would do starting out is I would legs, back, chest, and then core and cardio. Okay, I will start with the legs first because legs, for whatever reason, are going to burn more calories because they're a bigger muscle group, right? Our legs can take a lot of punishment. They're going to burn a lot of calories when you do incorporate legs into any full body split. So I would start off with squats. All these exercises that I'm listing are going to engage your core. So squats, they engage your core for stability, your quads, your hamstring, glutes. And to modify it, because my range of motion wasn't the best, right? So with all these exercises with the barbells, I would pick a weight that was good enough for me to get decent reps in. By decent reps, anywhere from like 6 to 12, and I can still get a good full range of motion. Okay, if I had to do a partial or something like that, I might have to make adjustments to it, depending on your physical limitations. Okay, so for squat movements, I'm telling you, I had a physical limitation. My legs are longer, I have longer femurs, so I have to squat differently. So what I did, I put a bench underneath me. So when I would squat, my butt would touch the bench and I would pop back up. And I could progressively overload this, meaning I could add more weight to it to build more muscle on the leg. So I would start off with squats. I did 5 sets, 2 warm-up sets just with the bar and 135, and I would gradually move the weight up. So 5 sets of squats. After that, I would move to back, legs, and core. And the best exercise to hit all of those would be a conventional deadlift. Okay, conventional deadlift, I would do 3 sets, 8 reps, again with proper form. For me, I have a physical limitation. I have a past back injury, so I wouldn't go heavy here. Okay, I would not go heavy here. To find an alternative, you guys can do a Romanian deadlift with dumbbells. Okay, the main thing, we're just trying to work our back, work our it actually hits glutes as well too, and engage our core with a conventional deadlift. After that, it was more back work for me. I would do a barbell row with my palms facing down with a wider grip, and I would do about 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps for a barbell row. Okay. After we finish with back, this is every gym bro's favorite exercise, which is the bench press. For me, again, physical limitation. I have a shoulder injury, so what I would do is a standing military press. For whatever reason, flat bench, whenever I did it, doing it now, it hurts. Back then I was able to do bench pressing for whatever reason, because of boxing or whatever. I must have, hit the bag wrong one day or whatever. Now my shoulders acting funny. So what I do now, instead of bench pressing, I do standing military press. I bring the bar down like closer to my upper chest and then press up. I got that from the Bronze Era of bodybuilding. There was this channel I watched, I can't remember the name of it now, but he talked about like Bronze Era bodybuilding. Back then they didn't have bench press, so I adopted this standing military press that they did to work the upper chest and shoulders, and it worked great for me, right? So I found an alternative to still kind of do that, and it still engages my core as well too. After that, I would do core. After your bench movement or your standing military press, I would do 3 sets for the chest. I'm sorry, because I got ahead of myself. I would do 3 sets for the chest. Anywhere from 5 to 8 reps. Most people like to go heavy here because I get it where the ego is. So if that's you, go ahead and go heavy here if you want to. That's fine. If you don't, then I would still say 8 to 12 reps on that movement as well too for the bench or standing military press. After that, I would hit core. And for core, I didn't spam a bunch of crunches. I would keep core very simple. I would do maybe 2-3 rounds of core. And when I say rounds, because I didn't count my reps. I would just do them until I'm tired. Take a break and then do them again, and then take a break and then do them again, right? They usually came out to be, if I was doing leg raises, like 20 reps of leg raises. The second set would be like 15 to 20, and then the third set would be another 20 or 12, and then I would be done, right? After that, I would then walk, and this is the part that is very pivotal for fat loss, especially in everything I talk about is very pivotal, very transformational in my physique. The walking is what's going to, I count those calories when I'm tracking my food. So if you walk for 35 minutes on a 10 incline, 3.1 miles an hour, you're going to burn about 350 calories. If you do it for 45 minutes, you're going to burn 450 calories. Okay, so just in the walking alone, you're putting yourself in a calorie deficit, which then puts us in a better position for fat loss. Okay, this is not even including the calories you just burned from the compound movement. Okay, so if we're doing all this whole body is full body compound movement plus the walk, okay, and we're in a calorie deficit because we're tracking our food, we're getting enough protein, the activity is going to work for us now. All right, and there's no reason why we couldn't get this result. Now, when people tell me, hey, I'm doing this and it's not working, they're either one, not tracking your food. And I have other videos talking about the food portion. I know nutrition is the most important part. I have plenty of other videos talking about the food portion. This is strictly if you don't know what to do for the workouts, right? The only way this program would not work for you is that you're either doing the walking without doing the compound movements, or you're doing the compound movements without doing the walking, or you're not doing the walking consistently enough. So I'm gonna make this correction right now because I realize in other videos when I say walk, people tend to underestimate how much I'm telling them to walk. This walking thing is a 6-day-a-week activity. It's not a 3-day-a-week activity. It's not a 2-day-a-week activity, not a 4-day-a-week. If you can, I would say if you could walk 6 days a week, do it 6 days a week. And the reason why I say walking, and I like this compared to HIIT training or sprinting or long distance running, is because you walk anyways. You can walk to your car to go drive to Wendy's and then walk into Wendy's and order unhealthy food and walk out with the unhealthy food, walk back in your car, drive back to your house, walk back in your house. You get what I mean? You're taking steps anyways. So you might as well just take these steps on the treadmill and crank the incline up and get the exercise in that way. You can sit here if you want to binge watch Netflix. You say, well, I'm too lazy for that. I want to watch Netflix. That's even perfect. It's even perfect for somebody who wants to binge watch Netflix because as you're walking on a treadmill, bring your headphones to the gym, crank on Netflix, and just walk on a treadmill for an hour while you watch a movie. You get what I mean? It's all about adopting your lifestyle to this exercise. If you do it 6 days a week on top of a calorie deficit, it's completely unreasonable for you not to have the success in fat loss. Completely unreasonable. So that's why I drive this walking thing so hard. I drive it so hard because it's a very simple, easy, consistent workout that you can do. You just have to do it because this is the easiest thing to do in terms of cardio wise that will get you great results. You do this full body compound movement and only stick to the walking, you are going to look great. 6 months from now, you're going to look great. The only reason why you won't is because you didn't track that nutrition or we didn't do this as consistently as we should. And if you're the type of person right now, listen to this and be like, oh, well, that's cool, but I can't go to the gym that much. Then you need to go buy a treadmill, bro. You need to go buy a treadmill because if you can spend $150 on whatever else you spent $150 on, you can spend $150 on a treadmill. All right. What we have to do, we have to get to a space, and I'm about to go on a tangent right now. I don't even care. I'm turned up. We have to get to a space where we can stop making excuses for why we can't get to the place we want to get to. If you want it bad enough, you're going to set your environment up to when to go get it. That's what it comes down to. If you want it bad enough, you're going to set your environment up in a place, in a way to go get it. If you can't afford a high quality treadmill, you can get a flat treadmill for like $100 on Amazon. Take inventory of the last time you spent $100 and tell me what you bought. You get what I mean? And then it shows you what your value, where your value lies in terms of like, okay, if you really value the fat loss or transforming your body, right? You have a routine now. You can watch my other videos. You have a routine. You have meal plans, other home workouts. I just say get the treadmill. It's just one of those things. It's like a drip effect. You do it every single day. It just compounds and is adding to the results that it's going to give you. Again, I want to drive this point home. I can give you as many meal plans, workout plans, cardio plans as I want to. It's not going to work unless you take the action to do it and unless you set your environment up to win. All right. So again, I hope this workout regimen helps you. I hope the walking plan helps you. It's only going to work if you want to put forth the action and effort to do it though. Okay. Like I said, it's only going to work if you can do it consistently. Now, these are basic movements. You don't have to start off heavy. If it's still too much, you can do calisthenics. You can do this body weight. You know what I mean? Depending on where you're at. Right. But I'm under the assumption that you're able-bodied. This is under the assumption that you're able-bodied and that you can do these exercises. Again, you just have to take the step to do them. All right. So I hope this video helps. Stay tuned for more content.